Hi everyone, it's Stacy from Terra Healing and Wellness. I just wanted to pop on today and do a really short video just to answer a couple questions. And I do want to come back on either later on or tomorrow to answer a few more. I've been getting a lot of emails, and thank you for those of you who were emailing me in response to the last two videos that I have posted. I know there hasn't been a lot of content on this channel, but it is for a reason. And I was guided to not share a lot of stuff and put a lot of things out there. And now it's time. So there will be more stuff added to the channel, and I do want this channel to be a lot different than what you're used to. I know a lot of the channels out there in the spiritual world, they're based on tarot readings and, focusing on either horoscope or when is my masculine coming home. And with that, I want you to really pay attention to what you're looking for. Because what you're looking for, it's not on the outside, it's on the inside. And being a twin flame, I know so many people out there are like, they're in this fantasy about what really a twin flame is. And yes, it is the embodiment of the highest vibrational, unconditional love there is. But to get into that alignment, there's a lot of deep shadow work that needs to take place before that happens. And I feel like a lot of people don't truly understand that. They just think, oh, I'm going to meet my twin and come into union and everything's going to be great, because when your souls first meet each other, that's what it feels like. And once that heart opens and that connection opens, it's like boom, every fear that you have ever known, and not even just in this lifetime, because twins go back many lifetimes and they bring a lot of karmic baggage with them, and it's ancestral also. We're clearing ancestral lines. We're clearing DNA patterns. We're clearing darkness. And there's a lot of ego death that's involved. There's a lot of dark night of the soul that is involved. It can be very traumatic. It can be very fearful, and it can be very overwhelming and intense. And you can't control what is going on. And most of you out there that are true twin flames, you understand what I'm talking about. On the other hand, there's thousands and thousands out there that are not true twin flames, and you're just on there bashing your masculine or your feminine, and you're tired of waiting for them, and when are they going to step up to the plate? And it's like, when are you going to look in the mirror? What are you doing on your part? You're sitting around waiting in limo, pointing the finger. Obviously, you've got a lot of work to do on your own. Stop waiting for another one to come in and just sweep you off your feet and that you're happily ever after, because that is not what the twin flame is. That is not what the mission is about. And I am a blue ray frontline twin flame. My mission was nothing short and sweet. It was very long. It's going on 8 years. I had to work behind the scenes through it all. I know a lot of readers out there, they do a lot of YouTube videos and they're kind of like guiding the collective and where the masculine feminine energy is. And where they are now is the work that the front lines have been doing behind the scenes all of these years. My work started in 2012, and it was very dark. It was dealing with a lot of removal of black magic, um, a lot of dark spells, a lot of dark entities. And I'm not going to get into all of it, but there was a lot behind the scenes that we had to deal with first. And we couldn't speak about it. It had to be handled in the way we had to handle it. And now, what the collective is feeling is the shift in that work. Now that the 5D energy is coming forward, all the masks are coming off, right? You're noticing everywhere that people are being exposed for who they truly are. They can't put on this facade anymore. They can't manipulate anymore. They can't play off this role that, they've been playing for so long. And their truth is coming out, and your truth is unfolding. And it's a very scary place to be, because when you've lived a life of only knowing one certain way to be, and then realizing that wasn't my truth and that wasn't their truth, yeah, it can be hurtful, it can be painful, and a lot of emotions are going to come up with that. And that's what I wanted to touch on also, because I've been getting a lot of emails on questions about that. And even in my sessions when I'm working with my clients, they're feeling a lot of fear right now, and a lot of anxiety is coming up. And you're gonna feel a lot of anxiety when the energy is shifting and changing within you and around you. But I want you to realize that adrenaline is the same feeling as anxiety. You're going to feel it in your chest. It's going to be very strong and intense and overwhelming. And you're not going to know the difference. As soon as people get hit with it, it's like, oh my God, I'm having an anxiety attack, or who's trying to attack me? What is this feeling? It is scary. But what I really want you to do in that moment is sit still and breathe in through the nose. Don't breathe through your mouth, because that's just air hitting the back of your throat. You need to breathe in through your nose so that your brain is getting the oxygen circulating in it that it needs, so that you can now come back into center, ground your energy, and become more focused on what is going on. When energy tries to leave your body, it can feel, it's very unknown to the body, because it only knows how to hold that energy for so many years. So if you're 35 years old and now all of a sudden something that is not your truth, or, toxic inside of you that needs to leave now, it's gonna feel, your body doesn't know how to communicate anymore with the mind, because it's so manipulated from the past, from traumas, from other people's manipulation. It doesn't matter. It's a mind manipulation, and there's no communication going on within the body. So what happens? You go into panic and you don't understand what's going on. So I want you to just sit in that moment and just calm your mind and be still, and tell your body it is safe to let go. What no longer serves me, it's safe to leave. And just breathe into that. When light is coming into you, higher vibrational energy enters in. It enters in the same way. So it comes in through the back, but you're going to feel it hit you in the chest, and it's going to feel overwhelming, just like you're having an anxiety attack. But it's not. It's higher vibrational light coming in. So again, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to breathe in through your nose, and you're going to focus so that you know the difference. Something needs to leave. Something needs to fill that space right? So you want to fill it with that higher vibrational light, and you want to be able to integrate it into you the right way and properly. So, okay, it's safe for me to let go. It no longer serves me. And it's safe for this light to come in and integrate and ground into me fully and completely. Take a few more deep breaths and just sit in that. And sometimes you have to do it for a longer period. Salt baths also really help with that. If you're not a bath person, then you can soak your feet in the Himalayan salt. But it clears the energy. So breathing really helps through all of this. Everybody's getting hit now, and it's like, we're in 2020. It's time to wake up. You need that 2020 vision now. No more being blinded, no more lying to yourself, because that's the biggest part of it. You're far from stupid. People know what they're doing. How many times do you make excuses for yourself? Oh, I'll just do this until, I'll just do this because. And then, you're not living your truth. You're living in fear. And how many times do you make excuses for another person? Oh, they're just doing this because, or, if I do this for them, then they'll accept me. Well, guess what? Then that's not a real relationship. And it doesn't matter what type of relationship. It could be with, a romantic partner. It could be with a business partner. It can be in a friendship. It can be in a workplace. It doesn't matter. It's like, you want to see change, then you need to be the change. And nothing's going to change if nothing changes. And you have to start by taking responsibility for your own actions. Well, where am I allowing myself to believe this? What reality, whose reality am I living in? Am I making their reality my truth and being stuck from it? Whose obligations and burdens are you really carrying? Are they yours or are they another's? And let me tell you, I've learned my whole life from such a young age how to deal with narcissistic people. They were my biggest teachers in this lifetime. They are master manipulators. And I don't care how naive they appear to be on the outside and don't have a clue on how to live life. When it comes to darker energy, they're masterminds. They know how to sway, they know how to project, and they know how to manipulate your mind in a way to make you think you're crazy or you're wrong or it's your responsibility why they're like this. So you really need to sit and start doing your own inner homework. And the shadow work is the only way you're going to get there. We all carry wounds in our ego from the inner child. All wounds stem from the inner child. You always have to go back to see, okay, if I'm feeling rejection, where did it first come from? If I'm feeling abandonment, where is it first coming from? Was it a masculine? Was it a feminine? The mother, the father? Who? Childhood schools? Young kids. They can be bullies. And I still see adults who are on social media being bullies. And it's like, shame on you. How old are you? These people are in their 40s talking like they're 12-year-olds. And then they get all defended and upset when their child is now being picked on. And it's like, look in the damn mirror, people. What are you teaching your children? Take responsibility. Look in the mirror. And children reflect a lot back to you what you're feeling inside that you don't want to see. And you can't keep running. You can't keep hiding. And all of these masks are now falling off. And everybody has to deal with it. You cannot run anymore. It is time now to start facing all of your fears. And you know what? Facing them is a lot easier to deal with that in the moment and just be done with it Instead of dragging it out a lifetime of harboring it inside of you, look at the damage you're doing to your insides. Because this toxic energy starts manifesting in your body as illness, as disease. How many of you out there have issues with your liver, with your gallbladder, with your kidneys, with your intestines, your whole digestive tract? Pay attention, your body's talking to you. How many people out there with lung problems? They can't breathe because they're so suffocated in living everybody else's illusions and manipulations, and they're not living in their truth. They can't even breathe. It's time to start taking responsibility and doing your own inner homework. Stop pointing the finger. Stop, running in the same karmic loop, in the blame game, going backwards constantly. It's like, you want to make more money. Well, where's your self-worth? Because if you're going to stay in a toxic relationship, then you're seeing yourself as not worthy of having more, of being too afraid to open up to love, to open up to the truth, to open up to vulnerability. So many people out there are afraid of vulnerability. It's their biggest fear. Why? Because it's your biggest strength. To open up, to actually feel the emotions you're feeling, to break down and cry and release them and let them go, that's strength. That is not a weakness. And people need to start realizing where they're not seeing what's true, where they've been seeing they've been lying to themselves. Another's been lying to you. We've been manipulated, and now it's time to let go and grow. It's time to move forward. It's time to stop repeating these patterns of injustice. It's like, now we need to be our own heroes. Where's your gifts? I know so many of clients that I've dealt with, even in this year alone. And these people are like powerhouses, but they're so afraid to tap into their abilities and what they can do with them. And I get it. I've been there. And it's like, when I'm doing a session on them, I see their potential. I see what they're capable of, and they're afraid of it. And it's like, shouldn't you be more afraid to keep yourself on lockdown? You're keeping yourself as a prisoner. Instead of, wow, look at me, look at what I can do, look at what I'm capable of. You're not going to fail at it. It's who you are. You just have to learn how to master it. Everybody has to fall down and scratch their knees to learn how to get back up. And it's like, yeah, it's going to hurt for a minute maybe, but I'm going to keep on going. That pain goes away if I allow it to. Or that pain's going to stay if you allow it to. You have choices. You need to start choosing wisely. You need to start sitting and thinking, where is my ego leading me in the wrong direction? Whose ego am I even feeding? It's time to start feeding yourself, nurturing yourself, exposing yourself. It's not easy. Everybody wants to be seen, right? Look at me, look at me. But when somebody really does see you, and I mean see you for the truth, not seeing you in a 3D version of lower vibration, you get scared. And it's like, well, now I don't want them to really see me, because now I have this expectation they want me to build up to and live up to. And I don't know if I can fulfill that. It's too scary for me to even try. And it's like, that person doesn't even have expectations of you. They're just seeing you. They know what you're capable of. They're not telling you you have to be that person. They're just saying, I know you're better than that. I know your truth. If you want to take that step forward, that's awesome. that's amazing. But if you don't, well, then that's your choice. And I have to honor that. And everybody has to honor that. You can't keep judging somebody, but the biggest critic out there is yourself. How bad do you judge yourself? You judge yourself so much that you already put projections on other people thinking they're going to judge you, and they haven't even had the chance to judge you yet. Pay attention to how your mind works. So I'm just going to leave you with that. I just wanted to do a short video on it. And I am going to come back later on. I do have other emails with questions that I do want to jump on and start answering, because I know a lot of you out there in the collective do have the same questions. So I'm going to pop back on later and answer one or two of them. And also, if you are an entrepreneur and you're trying to start your own business and you have questions for me, if you email me your question, please add on there who you are, what your business is, and why you're doing it, so I can help promote you as well on my channel, because I feel like everybody just has to start growing together, sticking together, learning together, and working together. And it's like, now it's time. So instead of everybody be hidden, let's just let everybody see us. Let's show them what we can do and what a powerhouse we can be together, working together and growing together. Okay, so the descriptions are all in the box below for the email, how to reach. It's Terra Nova Healing and Wellness.org if you want to go on the website and read a little more, or some blogs in the past. But I will leave you with that and enjoy the rest of your day.